Good morning, this is Mr. Melendez, and today I am going to be performing a read aloud for the Newsela article Primary Sources South Carolina's Declaration of Secession. So, we had a previous lesson talking about secession, which is the separation of one group from a larger group, and that's what we had on secession when we're talking about the South breaking away or separating themselves from the North. Okay? So let's go ahead and dive deep into this particular article. I'm going to read out loud. So please, as you open your Google Doc and you open this particular article, go ahead and read along as I am reading out loud the article. Editor's notes. The following is South Carolina's declaration of secession from the United States. With this declaration, the state broke away from the United States. It became its own independent state. South Carolina was the first state to secede from the Union. 10 other states soon followed. The American Civil War started because of these states' departures. South Carolina adopted this declaration in 1860. It was approved after Abraham Lincoln was elected president. The declaration mentions Lincoln's opposition to slavery. His Republican Party wanted to stop the spread of slavery into new states. The southern states wanted to keep slavery. They said limits on slavery went against the states' rights promised by the Constitution. Free and independent states. The people of South Carolina are united. They believe the federal government has been breaking the law of the Constitution. South Carolina has chosen to leave the Union. She would like to share the reasons for this act. In 1765, Great Britain made laws for governing the 13 American colonies. A struggle for the right of self-government followed. It resulted in a Declaration of Independence. The document was signed on July 4, 1776. The colonies declared that they were free and independent states. The government had failed to serve them, they said. When that happens, it is the people's right to end that government. Each of the 13 states became independent. Each state adopted a constitution and chose government officers. In 1787, the states joined together. They agreed to adopt the Constitution of the United States. The states were given certain duties. By this Constitution, the states were given certain duties, or rights. The use of certain powers were limited. That suggested that the states were still independent. To remove all doubt, an amendment was added to the Constitution. Some powers are not given to the federal government, it said. These powers are given to the states or the people. On May 23, 1788, South Carolina agreed to this Constitution. We believe the government must follow the law of compact. A compact is an agreement. In every compact, both parties have duties. Each one must respect the other. If one party fails to follow the agreement is broken. In the present case, the fact is clear. We believe that 14 of the states have not fulfilled their duties. We refer to their own laws as proof. The northern states become increasingly opposed to slavery. The Constitution has a law about runaway slaves. No slave shall be set free after escaping to another state. This law is very important. Without it, an agreement between states could not have been made. Most of the states in the Union had showed support for such a law. The Constitution says that runaway slaves have no rights. They must be returned to the states they escaped from. For many years, the government followed these laws. Recently, that has changed. The northern states became increasingly opposed to slavery. Some states have passed laws that go against the laws of the Constitution. In many of these states, runaway slaves are given their freedom. For this reason, the contract has been broken. South Carolina no longer has to follow it. The government has failed to do its duties. This is because of the northern states. The states have denounced slavery as sinful. They have helped thousands of slaves to leave their homes. Those who remain have been encouraged to rebel against us. South Carolina is now an independent state. For 25 years, the divisions have been increasing. A line has been drawn across the Union. All the states north of that line have united to elect a president who is opposed to slavery. This means the Constitution will no longer exist. The rights of the states will be lost. The southern states will no longer have the power of self-government. The federal government will be their enemy. We, therefore, have chosen to break away from the Union. South Carolina is now an independent state. She has the power to do all the things that independent states may do. Adopted December 24th, 1860. All right. So, once you are done, you're going to go ahead and on Google Classroom, there is a separate Google form that you would click, and the four multiple choice questions for this article is there. Go ahead and answer those questions, and when you are done, you're going to go ahead and complete the assignment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. This is Mr. Melendez signing off, hoping that you're having a good day. Goodbye.